Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one. Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. On third down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Jackson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. He's going to be sacked. back at the 23-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well,
and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, 38. Hey.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
No, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3, but I'm not sure that that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all, but the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. That's taken on the 25. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Here we go.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass. That's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They go play action now. Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Pierce. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cook is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Fourth down now after a loss of 2. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. After the sack on first down, Jackson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Trap, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And now here is another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A run by Pierce begins the second half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And my goodness, another interception. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Ready?
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Another carry for Pierce. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On the ground with a tight end. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And now here is another interception.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
Runs over it, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now it's Jackson. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Jackson will throw again. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw.
Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
72 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They go again with Pierce. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And some room to roam now. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And a solid run down inside the 30. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Down. Black walk. Ready.
Give to Pierce. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Ready.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score.